Hi, Diane Martino here. How are you? So I wanted to bring you another video on breathing tonight. So, and creative whales, right? I've been talking about creative whales. Last week, I talked about the scientific aspect of whales. And if you're new to this, why creative whales? Whales are about, they're an acronym for me that came to me to use. Whales are about wellness, healing, health. A for ascension. These practices help you to come to ascension. I have a lot of practices that I'm going to be sharing in the future, and a program that I'm putting together, a nice 12-week program if anybody wants to sign up for it. But whales, wellness, healing, ascension. And of course, I bring art into it because art is a large part of the healing as far as the chakras are concerned, the body parts, the colors, and color activation. And L is for love and for life and all those good things that we should focus on and keep our awareness focused on. And E is for our energy. Energy can never be destroyed, it only transforms. So we want to transform energy, and I give you tools to help transform your energy into wellness practices, healing practices. So it's all connected. And S is for your soul and your spirit. And whales are about feelings and thoughts and emotions, right? Feelings and thoughts and emotions are what is going to connect us with this breath we're using this evening, actually with like every breath you use, right? So we had done 2 other breaths. If you want, you can go back on my YouTube channel and check them out. And tonight we're going to use a 3-part breath called Deergha Swasam. It's a yogic breath where it's more focused on the 3 parts of a breath, expanding the abdomen, the rib cage, and the upper chest with the inhale. Now, you're not really breathing into your tummy. I used to tell my students that all the time. For years, I taught a stress management course for a hospital on breathing. And people find focused breathing. I know you're all breathing. But they find focused breath very challenging. And when people incorporate it in my yoga classes or when I'm working with people privately, they find it hard to move and focus on their breath at the same time. You know, that old saying, walking, talking, chewing gum at the same time. Well, this is breathing and moving and focusing on the breath at the same time. It's kind of funny, right? So, and whales, I always want to bring whales into it. Spirit really guided me to talk about whales because whales are mammals as we are, but a spiritual meaning for whales is intuition and awareness. So like when you bring your awareness to your breath, it helps you really tune in with yourself and be more tuned in with like what's going on here, not what people are telling you and what's correct. But if something doesn't feel right and you take a moment and you breathe into it, that's usually your intuition is the best. And breathing helps to bring us to intuition and greater inner knowing. Just as a lot of the practices I'm going to be sharing about creative whales for healing. Some of the other practices I'll be sharing are meditation, movement with the breath, gentle asanas. I usually only do that with one-on-ones via Zoom. I don't teach yoga classes via Zoom anymore for a group that much, but I'm open to it. But also whales, they guide us to make our best decisions, and it keeps you on a path to success and abundance. So you can see why breathing, conscious breathing, is really, really, really very important. It's also a form of meditation, you know, and I'll get into that in another practice. But tonight I want to keep it simple. right? We want to start off with some simple practices because the basics are really important. You know, the basics of everything. Think of the foundation of a house, okay? If your foundation is strong, you can grow from there. You know, if a home has a really strong foundation, if a child's education is very strong, they have really great reading skills and study skills, they can really grow from that. And so a strong foundation in basic breathing is something that it'll come to you all the time. Like I had a student one time ask me, after I learned to breathe like this, should I always breathe like this? And I told them it just starts to come naturally. For me, breathing is in and out through the nose all the time. The reason being because it strengthens your muscles of respiration, your diaphragm, and we'll talk about the diaphragm tonight. And I think it's pretty cool the way like we were designed as human beings, you know, and we want to keep everything functioning in a proper order. And we don't want to focus on one part more than the other. We want the whole body. So that's why Creative Whales is about wellness, healing, ascension, moving into higher planes of existence, and art, because art is visual. The frequency of color helps to activate our body without us even knowing it. Yeah. And love and life and living, you know, that's part of it. And our energy, we're going to learn how to direct our energy with these practices. And each practice I share with you, I do, and I've been practicing for 23 years now. Yeah, June was like 23 years, or January. Yeah, I started with reflexology and very interested in the body, and I was pretty unhealthy. At that point I had four stomach operations, or three stomach operations. And yoga saved my life, and it brought me to balance and different patterns of eating for better digestion, finding what was right for me, because what's right for me is not right for everybody else. But taking the time to look for it and breathing properly helps your digestion. So the practice tonight we're going to do is called Deergha Swasam. It's 3-part yogic breath, and learning it, I used to teach it to my students lying flat down, but we're going to learn seated tonight. So we're going to sit up comfortably, and I hope you're all doing good and enjoying the weather wherever you are, whether it's evening, daytime, middle of the morning, I don't know. And this is a great practice actually to start your day off with, taking some nice full deep breaths. So one thing I want to talk about first with Deergha Swasam is that people do what's called reverse breathing. So what's reverse breathing? Reverse breathing is when you inhale and you hold your stomach in, because right, a lot of us hold our stomachs in. That's what we're taught, to always tuck your tummy out. So tuck your tummy back rather. So when you're tucking your tummy back and you're always holding it, your muscle becomes tight. So it's not nice and elastic so that it doesn't open and close. So imagine you were holding your arm and you just held it like this for about a week. Well, this muscle here, these groups of muscles, they wouldn't be able to expand and contract. And a lot of bodybuilders do this, you know, tight, tight, tight. They only work the belly of the muscle. But if you extend, you're contracting here. And when you curl and flex, you're contracting here. So whatever muscle is being flexed, right? We're extending this, we're flexing this. The flexed muscle gets stronger. So same thing with your stomach, your abdomen, okay? Your abdominal muscles. So when you inhale, your belly should expand. Now you're not breathing into your belly, okay? You're breathing into the lowest lobes of your lungs, right? So, okay, lungs, okay. So lungs, my Alex Gray shirt. So your lungs come to about here, right at the rib cage, and they fill this cavern of your body. And when you take a deep breath, what happens is you push down on the diaphragm, which presses down on your internal organs, and your body expands like a balloon, like balloons expand. You have two balloons, your lungs. And when you exhale, the body's going to contract. So as you inhale, the body expands. And as you exhale, the body contracts. Now, a lot of people don't breathe like this, so you might find it really interesting or confusing at the beginning because, like I said, the reverse of that is called paradoxical breathing. Excuse me. And that happens when people say they go for an operation. And I've been through 5 operations and I've come back fine because I was able to use my yogic breath and my body had a memory of how to breathe. So my last operation was like 12 years ago, and I was actually cut from my diaphragm all the way down to my pubic bone. I had scar tissue. And so bringing those muscles back in the awareness, I'm very, very, very seasoned at, very good at, because I really worked on it and did a lot of practices to bring myself back and keep my awareness. So this is something I know, I've experienced, and I do to keep me healthy and to keep my body feeling, right? We want to feel our body. We should feel our body. And like I always say, sometimes people take better care of their cars than they do their bodies. You know, you wouldn't put sugar and McDonald's into your car, would you? I wouldn't put it into my body either. So a little sugar once in a while, but not certain sugars. So back to Deergha Swasam, 3-part breath. So we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to put our hands on our lower belly and we're going to breathe into the belly and exhale. So you can inhale, expand the belly, exhale, contract. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. So we're not moving the rib cage or the upper chest right now. I have my little meditation lady with me tonight. Yeah. So she's going to guide us through. So we're going to inhale, abdomen, exhale, abdomen. So you're going to stay with that for a few rounds. And make sure your chest and your rib cage are not moving, right? So close your eyes and just feel the abdomen expand and the abdomen contract. And be gentle with yourself, not forcing, not straining, just very, very gentle. So that's you taking a breath into the lowest lobes of your lungs. And you can release. Good. Now we're going to take one hand on the rib cage, the diaphragm area, right underneath the chest, right where the bones split off. I guess where the faces go around, kind of, right? So you're going to inhale into your abdomen, then into the rib cage, and then exhale from the rib cage and then the abdomen. So inhaling abdomen and rib cage. And you're sitting tall. Don't sit back and slump. I was just sitting back so I could show you. You want to sit up tall, keep your spine erect, keep your feet flat on the floor. Don't cross your legs. Unless you want to sit in Sukhasana, which is easy pose, which is your legs crossed like this, sitting in a cross-legged position. Okay? So you're breathing abdomen and rib cage, and then exhaling rib cage, abdomen. Good. And release that. Now you're going to think of yourself filling a glass of water from the bottom to the top. So the bottom would be the abdomen, the middle would be the rib cage, and the upper chest would be the top of the glass of water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to exhale from the top down, from the upper chest, the rib cage, and the abdomen contracts at the last point. Okay? So do the best you can. We're going to do this for a few moments, and I'm going to guide you through it, but I want you just to breathe at your own comfortable pace, right? Because everybody's got a different rate of breathing. Okay, so I know we've done the 1-to-2 ratio. We've counted the breath. We're not doing any of that tonight. We're just focusing on how we feel the breath filling the body on an inhale and relaxing, and contracting the body on an exhale and lifting the tummy back a little. Okay, you can also lift your pelvic floor if you're comfortable doing this breath already. So sit up comfortable. So let's sit up comfortable. Feet are flat on the floor, legs are uncrossed. And you're going to slowly breathe into your abdomen, then up into your rib cage, and then into your upper chest. Then you're going to exhale from the upper chest, contracting the rib cage, and then the abdomen. So continue at your own comfortable pace, and I'm going to guide you through the instructions, but you breathe at your own time and place. Don't wait for me to say it. Sometimes it helps in your mind to say abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, rib cage, abdomen, contract. So you can always play this video back and practice on your own. So sitting tall, shoulders back, and you're going to breathe into your abdomen, rib cage, upper chest. And exhale, upper chest, rib cage, abdomen, contract. Tuck the belly back towards the spine. Then relax that before you breathe into your abdomen, rib cage, upper chest. And exhaling, upper chest, rib cage, abdomen, contract. Continue at your own pace, breathing slowly, fully, and deeply. You're comfortable. You're never straining, never forcing. You're watching the ebb and the flow of the breath, because everything follows the breath. Breathing abdomen, rib cage, upper chest on the inhalation. And on the exhalation, upper chest contracts, rib cage contracts, abdomen contracts. Tuck the navel center back towards your spine. You're breathing in and out through the nose. Now, if you cannot breathe out through your nose, because this is challenging for some people when they first start, you can exhale slowly through your mouth like this. Look, you're controlling it like a goldfish, right? Like a little goldfish. So breathing abdomen, rib cage, upper chest. And exhale, upper chest relaxes, rib cage contracts, abdomen contracts. Tuck the navel center back towards your spine. This is Deergha Swasam, the 3-part yogic breath. You're breathing into the lowest lobes of your lungs. You're cleaning up all the debris that settles in the lower lobes of the lungs, and you're bringing fresh oxygen to an area that shallow breathers don't get that oxygen into the blood in that area of the lung. So you're filling the lungs. You're using the whole capacity of each lung. Breathing abdomen, rib cage, upper chest. And exhale, upper chest, rib cage, abdomen contract. Tuck the navel center back towards the spine. You might yawn a little because taking in a lot of air, it lets the body relax. That's why we yawn when we're relaxed. Okay? So at the end of your next exhale, just gently release your breath and just notice how relaxed you feel. You've taken in a lot of breath. And if at any point you get lightheaded, dizzy, or nauseous, that's because you're taking in a lot of air. So just discontinue the practice. I would begin practicing this for maybe 3 minutes. You know, give yourself 3 minutes on a timer. Do I have my timer here? I have this timer, which I love to use when I teach. It's an egg timer. I don't even know if they still make these. So yeah, using an egg timer, and I have one other timer I'm going to share with you. It's a timer that I got on my iPad, and I'm just going to share the little ding. You can find your own. There are no words. If you'd like the name of it, you can reach out to me in the comments or send me an email. And because I'm not advertising this, you just want something very gentle and quiet. So let's see this timer. Okay. It sets for anytime you want. I have it for 11 minutes. I use that for my deep relaxation when I'm practicing. And I'm going to give you the sound of it. Okay. So this is going to go off in a minute and you'll hear the sound of the timer. So that's it for today until the little timer goes off. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or you'd like to work with me privately, get in touch. All my information is down below on my YouTube channel or on my website. My information's on my website. You can text me. My phone number is there. And I would love to hear from you if you have any questions or concerns. If this is new for you, I'm going to be sharing these videos on the creative whale, because there's creative ways to come to our wellness, our healing, our ascension. We come through creative healing through art, through love and life, and doing things that are fun. So our timer is going to go off soon. And I want to thank you all for being here and listening to this video and breathing. Om Shanti. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on Wednesday this week. Take care. Bye. Where am I going? Here we go.